Hi everyone, this is Tara with Tara's Take. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a great day today. I wanted to come along and make this cute little booklet notepad that's got 2 pockets on the inside and can also have a 3rd pocket if you glue it in on 3 sides into your journal. I usually glue these in, but because it's got a closure and the notepad in it, I was thinking it can also be put into the side pocket of your journal for whoever owns your journal to go ahead and take it out, take it with them wherever they're going to go, and then slide it back in. So this is a real versatile little pocket. It's fun and it's easy to make, and so I thought we'd go ahead and do that today. So I'm going to set this aside. That's the prototype. Here, let me show you the inside. You just untie this. It's attached to the back, and as you can see, I didn't do any decorating on the inside, but you can. It's real cute with some lace. Put a little collaging in here, you know, or you can just choose a pretty paper and let it show itself off. So either way, you've got a really nice little booklet and nice little notepad. Okay, so let's get started. What you're going to need today is your inks for distressing, of course. You're going to need some glue, your bone folder if you have one. If you don't, you can just use your scissor handles. They work great. And also your scissors and a couple of pieces of paper that you like. I'm doing this for one of my new journals I'm working on right now, and I wanted to have these in there, so I thought I'd go ahead and make them with you. And I've gone ahead and printed out a design on the back so that it's not just the blank white, but you could also do like a book page. You could do music sheets, whatever you like. You know, you can just double print your design on both sides. You could do 2 different designs. You can even use cardstock from a book, and you know, from a pad, and then you can just distress the inside, or like I said, you could glue in some book page, some vintage, you know, pages from your music sheets and stuff like that. So these prints, I think I'm going to use one of the copy paper. I think I'll go ahead and use this one. And what I did was I pulled out, I was going to do this one. You know what, maybe I will go ahead and use this instead of these, and then I'm going to use this because it's on cardstock, and I wanted to do one of each. So on this one I printed a blue background. Okay, so this side is the right side up, so I'm going to go ahead, and all you're going to do, I'm going to start with the copy paper. All you're going to do is you're going to fold this piece in half, okay, on the long side, or I mean on the short side, the horizontal. You're going to fold it, okay, and use your bone folder here, and then on the inside I like to bring it up about a little over half, so I have a nice little pocket, okay. And then I don't, of course, like to measure too much, so on this I'm going to use a trick I learned from Tina on Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I'm just going to fold it over and use the other side as my measuring and even that out and make sure it's really held snug there, and your paper will lay right down where you need it to. And once you turn this back in, as you can see, I actually call these little checkbook pockets, I think, because they remind me of checkbooks once they're glued and everything, and how we used to keep our checks in one side and the register in another. I thought that was an apt description of them, so that's what I tend to call them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim a little bit of this off because I don't want it, let's see, which end am I going to do? I don't want it to be the full size of a page, for the simple fact that it'll fit in my journal because of the fact that I use paper that's about the same size as this. However, I don't really want it to be that tall on the page. So I'm going to go ahead and trim from both ends just a little bit off here. And that way it's more It's more usable for me. That's just my preference. If you wanted to leave it, if you like large pieces and you wanted to leave it as the full length, you certainly can. Okay, and throw those away. And so now all you do is you open that up and take some of your glue, and we're going to just bring it down the seam here. Oh. Do you guys do that? Does yours do that when you use a needle inside your glue? Does it get kind of rusty? I never see anybody's glue do that, and I'm thinking, is it just mine? Look at that. It gets kind of brown, so I always have to clean it a little bit. Anyway, so we're going to take this down the side here on both sides, and then I'm just going to use a dry wipe. That's another thing you can bring along pretty much always with me. I'm going to have dry wipes, and usually I'm going to have a little glue spreader, you know, like one of these cards. Not necessarily anything important or anything that's valuable, okay? Just something that's easy to spread your glue with. And then I'm going to do the other side the exact same way. Okay. Yeah, these make a nice little simple pocket. Nice piece of ephemera. You're not doing anything difficult. I do like easy. I got this initial idea at first from Tina. She did a couple of videos on her channel as Mass Makes that made these, and I've always liked them. And I've never seen her actually put in a notepad, so that was my little idea for mine, and I just thought I'd come on and show you what I've done. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold and get this one ready too, and then I'll do the notepads at the same time, the paper at the same time for the notepad. So again, you're just going to fold this in half, okay? Get your bone folder and squash that down good. Bring it in about wherever you want. You can go up higher if you want. You can bring it lower. Like I said, I like it about 2/3 of the way up that halfway point, because then you can still, you have a good pocket, but you can still get into the pocket. I noticed with these, if you put it too high, it's kind of difficult to get into your pocket. And then we're going to fold it inside out, okay, and use that first side to go ahead and measure our fold. Okay. Flip it in. I'm going to go ahead and trim. I think, let's see, there we go. This will be, no, it's upside down, so no, it's not. That's a 7. I thought that was a 2. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and trim it a little bit off of, no, I think I'll just go ahead and bring it up. There we go. Hold that firmly so that your paper doesn't buckle. I find it easier though if I hold it toward whatever is folded and really hold it firm, because otherwise it'll go wonky, you know, it tends to throw itself out. And there you go. You get a nice straight cut. And let me see, is that a straight cut? It looks good from here, but maybe just a tad. And I'm going to go ahead and now glue these in. Put that up your sides here. So, did anybody have any fun things they did over the weekend? We had a 3-day weekend here in the U.S. because of the 4th of July. That's our celebration of our country's independence. And I did not do anything major. I live in a small town and we did not have any fireworks out here. And my kids, my grandson, and my children live away from me. They're here in Arizona, but they're pretty far away. So I didn't get together with anyone. And so we just had a nice weekend at home. My husband didn't work yesterday, so we had a nice 3-day weekend and watched good movies and just hung out and ate good food and all that good stuff. Decided to restart our diet together this week. So wish me luck, okay? Blessings upon that. For my health's sake, I need to lose some weight. So now we have 2 booklets, and I did them almost exactly the same size. I like this size personally because it fits nice. It takes up enough of the page in your junk journal where you don't have to do a lot around it, and it's a good focal point. And also, like I said, it's not too much, you know, because sometimes you can take up too much space on your page, and this one's just pretty much perfect for me. At least I enjoy that. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to set these 2 aside, and I'm going to bring in my paper. And what I chose, I just picked something easy. I took these blue papers. They're like a sky, see? And I'm going to go ahead and do 1 in each, and I'm going to do 2 per notebook. And what I do is I tried this yesterday and it worked pretty good to do 2 of them. I've coffee dyed it on the other side, and I'm gonna go ahead, let's see. You know what, I think I will do it separately because I want to make sure that they fold correctly and don't bend the wrong way. So we go halfway, and you're basically gonna do the same type of fold that you just did for the booklet. And I like these because with other notebooks and flippy pads, I have to kind of do a little more measuring and a little more tearing of or cutting of the paper than I do with these. I thought this was kind of cool because you can do it exactly like you did the actual booklet, and because of the fact that you're utilizing the whole piece of paper and not having to trim so much off, you actually just have to fold it these 4 times and you're pretty set. And then what I do is I go down the center and I just tear that, and you can tuck that in, see? And what I'm going to do, because I have the 2 different designs, I'm not going to tuck them yet. I'm going to go ahead and tear right here. And I used these designed papers because my journal is a blue theme, the one I'm working on right now. And so I thought they'd be pretty with the clouds in them and everything. I really need to get busy and coffee dye some more paper. I have so many papers that are dyed, but they're like food color dyed, or I have some that are done with vegetables. So I don't really have much coffee dyed paper left. And that's kind of our go-to, right? Coffee and tea dyed. We do that brown vintage mostly. Well, I'm almost out. So I was searching today and I thought, well, these will match. Oops, I got a little tear there. It's okay. I'm not going to worry about that because I am going to do some trimming on this. So I'll just trim from that end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these kind of go, back and forth a little bit like that. And what you want to do, before I tear the other ones, I'll go ahead and do one and show you. Get them evened out. And because I tore that a little, I'm going to go from that end and cut that. But what I do is inside, I want this to come to about here on the inside. You see? And so I bring it down a little bit so that I know when I line it up after it's cut, I'm going to get about that measurement on each end. So then I use this as my cutting edge, my booklet. And if you hold it nice and taut, you can either keep these, of course, for your scraps or throw them away. But anyway, if you hold this nice and taut, you should get a nice even trim. And then when you go into it, see, you've got on both ends, you've got that little leeway there so that you're not hanging over. And then you have your booklet. So I'm going to go ahead and do the paper for this one. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, I actually recorded this video yesterday in the afternoon, and I was listening to it this morning to review it and make sure it was okay, and I just didn't, you know, sometimes you're just not at your best, and yesterday I think I just needed a nap or something. It was later in the day and I was tired when I did it, and I was having the hardest time decorating the piece, which is the one I showed you at the beginning of this video, and it came out okay, but I really struggled on camera to decorate it, and I felt like, you know what, I can do better than that. And I wanted it to be not where I was having to stop the camera and stuff like that. So I just revamped myself today. I decided, you know what, you're feeling better today, so let's just re-record and make it a little better video. So I did have a nice prototype to show you though, so that was good. That was good. I'm still, you know, like I've mentioned, I'm still learning about all of this, making the videos and getting confident, building my YouTube channel and my friendships with you guys. And I had said before, learning to decorate my ephemera is probably going to be my biggest challenge, only because it's not that I don't know how, but I'm kind of slow when I decorate. I take my time, and you know, I go over it and look through my stuff, and I have so many little things that I can use to decorate. You guys know what I mean, that I have a tendency to have to kind of wait and look at it, you know, a little bit, and yeah, that can end up taking time. And you know, on a video, you kind of want to get it done. You want to get it done in a timely manner, and that's kind of what I'm talking about, is learning how to decorate in a timely manner for you all, for the benefit of my audience. And I respect, like I've said, I respect your time immensely, and I really appreciate that you choose to spend it with me, to spend any time with me like this. And I am trying real hard to learn how to do things in an appropriate manner and in a timely manner. So it's for you guys and for me. So we're going to go ahead and trim this, and like I said, go ahead and decide where you want it, approximately where you want it to lay, and then give yourself that kind of a room there when you're cutting it. Give yourself that space that you can go ahead and put it in there in the right position when you're done. Hold this tight so that your paper doesn't buckle on you. And there you go. And again, we've got it, yep, as you can see, when I open it up, I'm going to do this one more time, but it's in the right spot. Now, I do like to do the ripping method on stuff like this. I love the torn edges, but that has a tendency to also be time consuming, and I wanted to try this method this time and see how it worked out. So now what you're going to need, I didn't mention this, I apologize at the beginning, a stapler. You can also do a gluing with a really thin strip. I've tried it and it works very well if you're careful, but you have to have a pretty still hand, you know, a sure hand to do it. But what I did like was, usually I end up, when I make notepads and flippy pads, I will end up messing up the edge of my paper because my stapler, I need one that's got a longer back here, that's got a longer opening for me to go in on. But with these, what I noticed right away was it's short enough and I'm not bending my paper, which is awesome. So In the other one I showed you at the beginning, the prototype, I did it at 2 staples. I think I'm going to go ahead and do 3 today on this video. And we're going to put it right on the line and staple that. And see, if you go right to the end of your, right at the end of where your staple is at, it comes out right on the end. And you're going to go ahead and staple all the way down. And okay, and as you can see, it's perfectly straight. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes I'm off and I have to pull the staple out and fix it. But this time, thank you, it did. Now, I was just thinking that you could do it on the inside or the outside. I think it would depend on how you want this to look. Now, you can also cover this and make it have like a nice little spine too. So, and you can use more paper if you choose to and make it a little bit thicker. One thing we can do sometime is make booklets, and I'll show you what I do. I do a little double fold here on this area so that there's like a little tiny gap, you know, a little space where that paper, and I do a thicker paper that will actually make it more like a little notebook, and that gives you that room like you would in a journal where you have a little tiny line there that gives you your space for a spine. But anyway, there's that one. And now we'll go ahead and we will do this one. Okay. And get this in here evenly. And I think, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it the way it did. I was going to try it the other way, but I think I'll stick with this. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our staples down. My hands are kind of short, so I have to hold it back here because I can't reach in. My fingers are too small. And if you feel like it's moving a little bit, just fold it and press, you know, I'm using my nail to just press it into that fold to make sure it's even there and that spine. And there we go. And we have our second one done. Take your bone folder and just press it down so it closes. Now, if you want, when you glue it in, because it's going to be inside your book, so it is going to smash it down to where it'll stay closed. Right now it's kind of lifting a little bit. It's not a huge deal for you, but if you don't like that, you can definitely you could even do a little Velcro here as a closure. Those are always fun. Or you could do a policy closure on this, and that would be really cute with the, you know, the string around it. But for mine, I think today I'm going to do what I did yesterday, which was with the binding, the crinkle binding. And I'm going to go ahead and pick a color. Let me grab my little basket here. And let's see if I have something that will go with this. See, it's funny, I printed this is a blue. In fact, I'll show you. It's amazing the difference that it actually came out. The kit that I purchased was called the blue kit, and this is, let's see, yeah, this is the same picture. Look at that. And all I did was print it on matte paper and printed it as a matte printing from my printer. And look at the difference. I mean, on one of them I didn't realize I hadn't chosen matte, and it actually printed it like this. It's purple. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's beautiful. It's not what I had really wanted for today's project. And then I did a different printing, and once I did the matte, it came up, one of them came up this color. And then I ended up on this one with this color. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, these are the actual, on the screen, it's technically, it's more like this color of blue. It's a very nice digi. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Now this is on cardstock. This is out of Tina's shop, Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. This one, I am not positive which shop it's out of. Let me see if I still have it. I don't. I closed it. I'll have to link it below in the comments, okay? Or in the description. So I think what I'm gonna do for this one, let me see, how big is this? It's not. I think I'm gonna use this beigey color for this one here. And then on the other one, I think we're gonna use, oops, I bumped that camera, I apologize. I think I'll go ahead and use a lighter blue. Let me see if I have, let's see, maybe this one. What do you guys think? They're both nice. I just want it to match. I think probably this one is closer, so I'll use that. And go ahead and show you how I do this. So I just wrap this around the back here, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim this. It's got a little snaggle. I go ahead and wrap it around, and then, you know, you just need enough for it to tie into a bow. So getting it approximate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it to about there on that one. Oops. And then on this one, let's open this. Now I get my seam binding, the crinkle seam binding from BC Hands, and as you can see, it's right there. BC, can you see that? Hands. She's on Etsy, and her name is Heidi, and she is really great to work with, because every single time I have needed something special, a special order for whatever I'm working on, and I'm just going to go ahead and use this piece to measure this piece. Every single time she works with me so well and just does everything I need, and I don't have to worry. It gets to me in just a few days. It's just like 2 days, you know, I get it. By the third day, it's here at my house. And yeah, so if you're ever wanting to use, I use this a lot. You'll see me use this a lot. Taking a sip of my tea. But yeah, it's the crinkle seam binding. And there's videos on YouTube that you can buy this and make your own. This is one thing I decided I would go ahead and make a purchase of mine. I don't do my own. I do my own coffee dyeing on paper. I do, you know, I do a lot of things on my own. You know, but this was one I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have somebody do it for me. So I use BC Hands. There are other companies or other shops on Etsy that also have them. So just depends on what your style is and what you like, you know. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to decorate this one just because it's so fun. That paper is so pretty. And like I said, you can either decorate both sides and the inside. It's totally up to you. You can leave it as an insert. You could even clip it into your, I'm covering, I just noticed I forgot to put that paper down and cover that bright light shining on there. I apologize, guys. But anyway, you can slip it in, you can clip it in, it can be a floating pocket, and then you can glue it in. So however you want to do it. So here we go. I'm gonna brave decorating this lovely little pocket. I'm gonna look around here real quick here and see what I have, because I have a bunch of little fun things that are laying out here. Now see, because this is printed the way it is, it's almost like it's a purple, and I'm looking at all these blues I have, and they're barely matching. I mean, the lighter blue does, but like, I guess there's just too much green in that. Let's see. Let me look here in my little bowl. I've got a few other things over here. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm seeing? Yeah. It's still almost got a violet look to it instead of a true blue, which is kind of annoying because I need it to be blue. So what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I'm going to set this one aside and I'm going to decorate this because this is a blue, distinct blue, and I want that. So I even think this is another thing I do a lot of on different stuff that I create, and I think I might do it on this, is I'm going to go ahead and put a little packet on the outside because I'll probably glue this in personally. So I'm going to grab my dauber here and do a little inking here because I want to, you know what, I'm not going to use the dauber. Sorry about that. I changed my mind. I'm going to grab my brush because, as you've seen me do if you've watched my videos, I like to do the flat surface. I like to do the brush. Oh, and I got the best deal the other day on Amazon. And no, I do not get paid anything for touting their wares at all. I'm brand new, and I of course have no links for you yet or anything like that. But I just wanted to show you this. I got this set of brushes, okay? If anybody needs some and they want a bunch of them, I think there's like 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, there's 10. Yeah, 10. 10 brushes, okay? And they're all different sizes. They're even, some of them are a round, really tiny round ones. And then some are super skinny and long that you can reach, look at that, you can reach in when you need to. And I only paid $12.99 for these, okay? So I just wanted to show them to you guys so you could know about them. They are awesome, and they are just like what you get. I mean, they're very nice, they're very soft, good quality. They're actually even made firmer, I think, on their handle and stuff than the ones I have already. So that was pretty cool. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm sure that there is somebody out there who would like to know that. I'm going to go ahead and distress the inside of this pocket. I've already told you guys before, I like it to be distressed just in case somebody's like me and they look down inside the pocket and go, ooh, it's white. That looks weird because nothing else is white. I know that's being a little bit anal about it, but what can I say? Is that a bad word to use? I don't mean it that way. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, there we go. I got it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on 3 sides. If you can hear at all that banging sound, I apologize. I think that the trash man is picking up the cans, and that's what you're hearing, because they did not pick up yesterday like they usually do because it was a holiday here. I'm in Arizona in the US, in case anybody hasn't heard me say that before. Okay, I did that a little bit crooked. Well, either that or probably my cutting is crooked. Okay, there we go. So, okay, now we have a little pocket on the front. It's kind of fun. And I like to do stuff like that. And let's see, I'm going to take out a few little things here and see what looks good. I love these little stamps, and I embossed them. So I really like them. I think they're pretty cute. I might put one of these girls on the front of that pocket there. And let me see in here. I've got tons of these little cups. I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I really, really, really like them because I can kind of keep things nicely organized and separated into colors or types of things, you know. And that's fun. And yes, I have, oh God. I told you I got a bunch of them. I have 6 of them actually. I love them. I mean, you know, now that they're $1.25, it's not as fun to buy them, but oh, I've already got this one marked up, and I think I'll use it. But they're fun and they're cute, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and let me know in the comments below if you guys decide to make these with me. That would be awesome. I would love to know, and I'd love to see what you end up with and how you designed yours. And I'm going to take some words here. I really like to use words on my ephemera. It always, I don't know, it just makes it feel nice to have the descriptions of whatever's on that, you know, on that page. I'm going to go ahead and distress, not with that one, I'm going to use this one here. Okay. Oh, I got a little piece of paper over here I'm going to throw away. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and distress this a little bit. Make it blue on the edges. Even though these two came from different kits, they'll kind of have the same, you know, they'll have the same look once we distress them. Okay. And then of course we're going to use a little bit of brown, very light, some vintage photo, you know, not anything drastic, just to give it that old appearance. Okay, there we go. So now let's see here. I had a young lady, oh, look at that, she's pretty, huh? But I had done her with a green look on her. Darn it. I bet you if I look in my little folder over here, I've got another picture like it, or something close. As you guys will learn as you hang out with me, I love to put pictures of ladies and children. Oh, here it is. I love to put pictures of ladies, children, portraits. You know, I think all of us use them a lot, and they always look so beautiful, you know. So I'm just glancing through here real quick to pick another one and see maybe if I have another one of her, because she's kind of perfect. And I do double print some stuff, so you never know. Let me see here. I got these ones here that were portraits, and they're like mini prints, and everybody in them is reading. I thought that was so quaint. Even like the children, see? I have a man here. So yeah, I like those a lot. They were really cute. Well, I'm not seeing one of her, but you know what? That little girl is just precious. I'm going to use her on this one. Okay. So I love the torn edge, so I'm going to tear around this here, and also it'll make it a little bit smaller, which we need it to be to really fit this top half here of the booklet. Because I'm still in blue mode, let's tear this. Sometimes that paper just tears super thin and doesn't quite give me the edge I need to distress it. There we go. Since I'm still in super blue mode because of my journals, I am gonna go ahead and distress in blue again. And to get that really dark edge, if you just rub your dauber across there, you'll get that real dark, distinct edge, if you like that. Look, I happen to like it. And I'm going to go over very, very lightly. We're going to yellow her a little bit so she's not so bright. You need very little to do this. And be really careful, because if you have a really, really juicy, wet, ink pad, it could really mess you up. So we're going to put her up here at the top. And what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to lay this out so it lays flat, and I'm not going to put anything, glue anything down yet. Right now I'm just going to play a little bit, throw a few things on here and see what sticks. Get it? What sticks? I'm going to yellow this a little bit more and see if I can make something out of this little guy. I don't think, let's see, I don't know if I'm going to use a stamp, or which other ones did I have over here. I had edged this and embossed it with some black. I was playing around and kind of trying different stuff when I first got my embossing powder. I had not bought black before, and I kind of liked how it came out. Let's see. That's cute. You know what? I think I might glue her to that. I like that. It kind of gives her a little frame. And again, my glue is stuck. There we go. I don't know, does everybody else's glue get stuck real fast, like dry up real fast? I don't know if it's because I'm in Arizona. It doesn't seem to matter if it's summer or winter here. The glue dries pretty quick. We're not hot all year round, actually. Most people think we are. We're really not. There's that. I'm not sure if it's going to go there, but it's definitely a possibility. But anyway, we're not really hot all year round. A lot of folks have the belief that Arizona is always warm. We had a really nice winter. It got very chilly, and it was nice weather. I mean, in Arizona, when it's not the dead of summer, like right now it's hot, but we're in July. It's to be expected. But if we're not in the dead of summer, personally, I think our weather is relatively beautiful, like almost all the time. There's only about 3 or 4 months out of the year where we really, I would say we really suffer. Let's see. Most of the time, people would just love to be here, Let's see. And most people are coming here, actually. We have so many folks that have moved to Arizona and to the valley. They don't really move to Arizona. They move to the Valley of the Sun, which is Maricopa County and Pinal County. I grew up in a town known as Gilbert. Gilbert is very popular here. It has become the most populated town, or the quickest populated town in our state. It's crazy. When I grew up there, there was like, we moved there in 1976 when I was 10 years old. That tells you how old I am. And we moved over there, and there was like 3,300 people at the time. And when I looked at it, the last time was about 1.5 years ago. We were at over 500,000 people. And Gilbert is no longer the town that I grew up in. People love it there because, it was always a very country. It was a farming town. At one time, Gilbert was known as the hay capital of the world. We were the biggest suppliers of hay and cotton to like our country, you know. And now there's no farms left. I mean, it was a farming community. Now there are no farms left. It is all built up, and it's kind of sad to anybody that's from here, you know, because we miss our hometown. But the folks that have moved here, of course, they love it. You know, they think that Gilbert is just the best place in the world. And it is. It's a wonderful place, but it's turned into a city. And that's pretty much how Arizona is now. So all of the valley is, I'd say. So I'm trying to determine if I was thinking I might even grab some lace and put a little bit of lace on this. I have some different colors over here, some blues and stuff, and I was thinking that might look really cute. But I got to get the right blue, you know, or the right color. I have tons of lace, but I was thinking that this, let's see here. Maybe I took a piece of this and cut it and put that behind her. It's just a little backdrop, you know. It just kind of adds, lace just adds something vintage to everything you add it to, I think. And then put the cherished memories. Let's see here. So where are you guys from? Like, post it in the comments. I would love to know where everybody is from that's watching. That's always fun. I know one of my friends that watches is from Africa. I've mentioned her. She's an awesome lady. And then I know one is from St. Louis. But yeah, I'd love to know where people are from. I think it's fun. Should we put some color on here, guys? Maybe some pinks, or maybe a little bit of splash of rose here with some red. I've done so much with blue lately. My eyeballs are kind of starting to turn blue. I'm kidding. Technically, this is pretty because it matches that backdrop. These little flowers come, oh, I think I like that. These little gold colored flowers come from the kit that that this paper comes from. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Here we go. Here's the second one. So let's see. Let me see here. Like I said before, they are from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah in Etsy and on YouTube. But I just cannot remember the name. I could turn around and look at it, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this lace. And what I do is I just do like a thin layer. And I find that with lace, it's super easy to get it to stick down with a dry wipe. You don't have to really, you know, get it all over yourself. And I also don't worry about, you know, having every single inch of it down. I'm going to turn that over. And if you go ahead and take your dry wipe, and I'm doing it sideways like that because I just want it kind of peeking out both sides behind her. See, once you do the dry wipe, look at that. It goes right on for you. And then I can go ahead and lay her down. Okay. Oops. Oh, man. I just got glue on my shirt. Oh, well. This shirt, I craft in particular shirts a lot because I get stuff on me, and this one's got glue on it already, so I'm not going to worry about it. So there's our little girl. Just lay her out, press on that, and it'll... This glue, I've showed it to you guys, the art glitter. I used to wonder why people loved it so much and why it was so a little more expensive, but my goodness, it is very good glue for a water-based glue. It just dries nice and quick, and You know, and if I need it to not dry as quick, I'll use something else that I have because it does dry pretty fast. But it's very easy to use. It's a little bit thinner. You know, I don't end up making as much of a mess with it. So yeah, I really like it a lot. I'm looking here to see if I want to just do the bow or if I would like to maybe do one of these flowers down here instead of that blue. I think actually they all go really well. Let's see. I definitely want one of these roses up here, but I think it's going to be this larger one here. Yeah. I'm going to do that one there. Okay. And get that down. And I want memories down here at the bottom, so I'm going to put that here in the corner right here by her. And cherish will go up here on this left side. I love to put things at an angle a lot. I do tend to do my decorating like that. Now, on this one, I like this against the backdrop here, so I do think I want that. But I'm thinking I think I want her right in the center. So I wish I could hear you guys. I know people I know at least when I watch videos, I'm like, no, don't put it there, put it there, put it the other place, you know. I actually think I like this one next to that one, so it kind of looks like a little flower cluster. You know? Yeah, I think I'll put it right there. Hopefully I chose right. I hope you guys like it. Now what I'll probably do, oops. I'm a shaky girl, sorry for that. This is also a really thin paper. It's kind of hard to hold on to. I'm going to put that right there, so there we go. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to put some lace on the inside that matches on the outside. I'll show you in just a second here. Let's go ahead and get this. You know, I can't really tell what picture that is. Can you guys tell? I think like that. It's kind of hard to see which way is up. And then I'm going to lay out this little one. I actually didn't think I had been looking for a spot for this, the backdrop for this photo, and I didn't ever think about putting one of these ladies on it, but I'm glad I noticed it and decided to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to put this little bow that I'm going to put a little bit more vintage photo in, just a tiny bit. It was very bright when I started out. It was white with polka dot, or like a really light gray with polka dots. I kind of turned it blue. Okay, and I'm going to put that right here. Corner, and then on the inside I'm going to go ahead and do a strip of this lace, and so I'm just going to run it down, okay, like that. And tap it very lightly and press that in, and because like I said, that glue dries really quick, so it'll stick real fast. And then I'm just going to trim that off. Trim this side off. Oops. Now add a little bit right here just to hold it down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just going to run strips of glue. As you can see, these pockets are really easy, and they are very versatile, like I had said before. User friendly for whoever, you know, uses the journal. Gives them a nice place to store things that's pretty and sweet and looks nice and vintage. I love that you can use the dry wipes on lace with glue and it not pull it up. It usually doesn't ever pull it up. It just seems to work perfect. And trim this side down. There we go. Okay, and there we have it decorated. So now all we're going to do is I'm going to grab the seam binding that I had chosen for it, and I'm going to get this on here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this as even as possible. Okay, there we go. And tie this shut so that I know where I want to glue it. You can put it higher or lower depending on what you want to do. I'm going to take it right across that center and on the back. Now I'm not going to mess with this. I think with this crinkle seam binding, it's perfect to have it like folded. I have found that I even like to add folds to it, and you just run your glue straight underneath there, lightly. Don't have to go too thick. Take your dry wipe, press it down against there, and you can even squeeze it a little bit, give it a little more flair, because that's what it does. That crinkle seam binding looks so cool once it dries, and it's just, you know, crinkly and fun. And so that'll dry super fast. And so there we have it. We have our little pocket. Oh, that's stuck. There we go. We have our little checkbook pocket notepad. And I am also, you know what, I have some over here. I'm gonna look really quick. I'm about to let you guys go, but I just wanted to show you. I know that I have one of my little folders over here has, I need to find it. One of my little folders over here has some really cute little mini cards. Well, you know what? I can't find them, doggone it. But what I'll do is I'll show you with this. This isn't what I would put in here, but so that you can see, this is a little pocket like we started, so we could put a little mini tag, okay? Or a little tiny journaling card right there, okay? So what do you think? Not bad, huh? And see, that's already drying. And when you open it, you have your decorative front, and then you have your little notepad, and you can do some decorating on the insides, on the back cover if you want, or you can just leave it with the lace. But you've got your pocket here. Oop, I'm glad I pulled that when I did. You've got your pocket here, and then let's grab a piece here. I'll just grab one of my pages out of my new journal and show it to you on there. So you can kind of see, oh, this is one that I've already got decorated, but you can see what I'm talking about. It's going to go right like that. See? And it'll be glued in. Perfect. Nice, right? So anyway, I'm glad you got to join me today. And if you stayed with me to the end, thank you so very much. I appreciate your time, and I hope you had a good time and you learned something. I enjoyed spending this time with you. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.